Hello everyone! Today's video is a non-new topic. I'm doing edits of the legendary cookies. This is gonna be a series. I'll do all of them except the newest one. I wanted to start with Millennial Tree first, mainly because he was my first legendary cookie. I also really like his design and his role in the lore. I guess I'll start with a few headcanons. He doesn't interact with a lot of other cookies. He mainly interacts with Fig and Wind Archer. He's seen as the most gentle out of all the legendary cookies. He hardly resorts to violence unless there really isn't an option, as in life or death situations. He gets along with almost all the other legendary cookies except Timekeeper and a few of the dragons. He knew Dark Enchantress when she was known as White Lily Cookie. He taught her a few tricks, one of them to help her lilies grow no matter the season. He helped her with magic in return. She would make sure the other kingdoms didn't know he existed. He didn't trust the other ancients, mainly Dark Cacao, due to him seeming to get pretty violent really easily. White Lily wanted him to meet Pure Vanilla, but he didn't trust him quite yet. When White Lily turned out to be Dark Enchantress, he was completely shocked and confused. This was the same with Timekeeper, considering no one knew they used to be Croissant Cookie. When he was cursed, he promised the other legendaries that he'd be okay, not knowing how long he'd be gone. When he woke up, he tried to find everyone else, but he couldn't. He thought something bad had happened to them and worried for their safety. When he was looking for them, he found Fig and accidentally frightened them, trying to ask them where the other legendaries had gone. Fig said that they didn't know, but they would help find them. So Fig and Millennial are currently looking still, but they're fairly close to finding the others. Wind Archer and Millennial were really close, seeing as before Millennial met Fig, he really only talked to Wind Archer. His relationship with Fire Spirit wasn't the closest, but he saw Fire Spirit as a great person, especially if you're feeling down and need a laugh. Though Sea Fairy didn't really talk to the others, Millennial and her got along pretty well whenever they interacted. Him and Moonlight didn't always see eye to eye due to her always daydreaming, but they still considered themselves to be friends. Millennial and Timekeeper never really got along because they kept messing with other worlds and stuff and never thought of what might happen if they did. Frost Queen was the first legendary he saw when he was looking for everyone else. Before that, he never really knew her. He doesn't really like Pitaya due to their violent nature, but he does understand why they act the way they do. Millennial hasn't really talked to Ananas, but he is aware that they seem a little prejudiced towards most of the cookies. Him and Lotus get along the most out of all the dragons, seeing as Lotus doesn't really act like they're all powerful. They're also the most calm. Lychee reminds him of a child due to how they act, though he hasn't really interacted with them. He hasn't met Longan yet, but from what he's heard, they don't seem like the nicest to be around. Though he never met the ancient cookies except White Lily, he had heard how they are from her talking about them. White Lily was really nice to Millennial, keeping him a secret like he asked and teaching him a few tricks of her own. Sadly, he doesn't think he'll see her the same way he used to. Though he hasn't met Pure Vanilla, he has heard from White Lily that he's really calm compared to the others and is very trustworthy. From what he's heard, Holly Berry is somewhat like Fire Spirit, always finding a way to make people laugh when they feel down and always being there when she's needed. Golden Cheese was always talking about the drama they heard to the other ancients. Though they seem kind of self-centered, they don't act like it when they're fighting or comforting their friends, so Millennial thought that they'd be nice to be around. Millennial's opinion on Dark Cacao wasn't the nicest. Though he never met him, he thought Dark Cacao got too angry too fast when it came to small things, so Millennial didn't think he would be easy to talk to or trust. He knew when Holly Berry had grandkids and Dark Cacao had a son due to White Lily talking about it. He never said it, but he was happy for them. When he first went to look for the other legendaries, he found Pure Vanilla's kingdom abandoned and fairly broken. He was worried, so he went into the castle to hopefully find Pure Vanilla alive, or at least a sign that he was alright, but he couldn't find anything. He then realized that it wasn't just the legendaries in some sort of trouble. He went back to looking for the other legendaries, adding Pure Vanilla on his list of people to look for. Fig found them shelter for a little bit, so they were able to rest for a bit. He then heard that Holly Berry, Golden Cheese, and Dark Cacao were also missing from their kingdoms. Dark Cacao being replaced by his royal advisor, and Holly Berry last being heard of by being challenged by a dragon. He started to worry a lot more. Fig realized this and took Millennial somewhere to relax and think about the positive things. He then met Frost Queen. She told him that she heard Sea Fairy was frozen. She didn't know the reason on how or why, so Millennial never got proper closure. He was close to giving up because if someone like Sea Fairy and the ancients were gone, there wasn't much hope that the others would be okay. Fig got him out of that mindset and they went to go keep looking. Frost Queen joining with. That's all I've really got for headcanons and storyline for now. Let me know if you have any ideas. Also let me know if I should do the ancients and the super epics. Another thing, should I make a series based off the storyline from all this? Who should I do next out of the legendaries? Make sure to let me know. I'll be posting these for a while. Sorry if this is bad. I mainly did all this as a way to test my art skills and stuff like that. If you have any headcanon or storyline suggestions, let me know because I would love to hear what you think. I hope you enjoyed watching. I came up with this idea at midnight lol. I hope you guys have a good day or night. I'ma let the rest of the edit play so you can see the finished product. Also, I headcanon him as Omni and Ace with he or they pronouns. I should have mentioned that sooner.